Alrighty, welcome back to another Big Bad Review. Doing something, once again, a little bit different, although I guess I've been on a Beetle Bros, Beetleborgs kick the last few weeks, so this is actually something a little bit different, more back to the semi-new toy slash unboxing side of the videos. So, this is gonna be a treat. I am very happy about this one. This is something that I have had setting aside for a while now. I've literally been sitting in a drawer in this here desk for, oh goodness, probably going on close to a year now, if I'm remembering things correctly. But this is the exclusive? I don't know how limited edition, I guess, is probably the right way to phrase this. This is the limited run, limited edition, however you want to say it, collectible statue figurine set. This is Wave 1 from Ty the Tasmanian Tiger to Bush Rescue, the HD remaster. I got this as an addition to my Kickstarter reward when I backed it a year or two ago. Whenever they ran the second game, I backed Ty 1 and Ty 2 on Kickstarter for, personally I got it for PS4, although I think both games are on, I believe both games are on Steam, Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch as well at this point. Yeah, I'm fairly certain both of the first two remasters are available on all of those, and I think the third game, the non-remastered version, might also be available on Steam. And then Ty 4, which is a side-scrolling platformer, is also available on a lot of platforms. I know it's on Steam, and I think it's on Switch, and I'm not 100% sure if it's on PlayStation or Xbox. I don't have it on PlayStation. I only have the first two. And then I have the original 3 games on PS2, because for those of you who are not familiar with Ty the Tasmanian Tiger, it is a game. It was originally a PlayStation 2 game, created by Krome Studios, an Australian-based game company. They are on YouTube. If you go to Krome Studios or you look up Ty the Tasmanian Tiger on YouTube, they have a great channel. They've got some like mini documentaries about the production of the original game and the remastering of for the first and second games. They've got some really fun little videos of Shazza, the dingo, going on vacations and stuff like that to kind of advertise various discounts, deals, you know, summer discounts and stuff like that they've done with the game. They're great promotional content as far as I'm concerned. This is like my childhood game. I know some people were like, they were, you know, Pokemon kids, they were Sonic kids, Mario, whatever. I am of the like PlayStation and PlayStation 2 generation, and Ty the Tasmanian Tiger was that was the like video game mascot that I latched onto. My brother was living in Australia when I was very young, and when I think when the first game came out, he was living in Australia, and first, I don't know if he told me about it or if I think my parents were like, "Hey, your brother's living in Australia for a couple years with his family. Let's give the kids an Australian video game so that they could like." I don't know if they expected me to like pick up some lingo or something, but it turned out to be really fun because my nephew came back, nephews and nieces came back, and had picked up some Australian lingo that I had only heard otherwise in this game and on, like, the Crocodile Hunter. So, it was really fun. But, yeah, it was a platformer akin to, like, Spyro and games like that. So, these were released as, they were actually, I think they did 2 or 3 waves with different figures. And if I remember right, yeah, they've got 2 waves shown here on the back. So, Series 1 has Ty himself, the titular character, Shazza, Sly, and Boss Cass, the main big bad. And then Series 2 had Maury and Julius, who are kind of the supporting slash like mentor-ish characters. Dennis, lovable goof, Fluffy, one of the like generals of the bad guys, and the Frill, which is like the foot soldiers. I love the Frills. If I were to get Series 2, it would only be for the Frill. One of my favorite like grunt foot soldier designs from any video game franchise ever. I love Frill lizards, and just the Frills, like it's if you haven't played the game, if you haven't seen gameplay of the game or anything like that, gameplay footage, I mean, go check it out. It's just a really fun game to play. But today I just wanted to showcase my Series 1. I don't think I've seen anybody do a video about these, or really talk about them at all. It was one of many rewards and merch items that they did, both as part of the Kickstarter and then also on their store. They did stuff like they released, or are releasing, I'm not sure if they've come out yet, wearable actual swim trunks designed after Ty's own swim trunks. They've also done a boomerang designed after his boomerang. They've done a handful of fun things like that. They did a comic book. They did an art of Ty the Tasmanian Tiger, art book that I think I have a digital copy of. Yeah, lots of really fun stuff. But let's get into it. So before I unbox any of them, because I'm going to be super careful when I unbox them, because I am going to save the boxes, because goddamn, I love this franchise. So I'm just going to go by one by one, and kind of showcase these guys in the box. They have each box has unique box art with some nice little like comic style art of the character, and then you can see the character real plainly in the little bubble package on the front. And then on the back, they each have the same art on the back. And then, of course, you can go to tythetasmaniantiger.com and check out all of the news for Krome Studios and stuff. Very fun. Ages 14 and up, adult collectible, not a toy. I'm assuming part of that is due to the fact they're non-posable figurines that are probably not incredibly cheap to produce, and also probably aren't the most resilient figurines on the market, if I had to guess. This is probably not something that you want your kid or animals or whatnot getting a hold of, if I had to guess. But so we got Sly here, Ty's broody brother, Boss Cass, one of the best big boss villains of a early noughties gaming franchise. He's a cassowary. Cassowaries are horribly aggressive birds. They're like emus on steroids. They're terrifying creatures. The most like dinosaurian bird I've ever seen. There's one at the Kansas City, or one or two at the Kansas City Zoo, that constantly look like they are the single least happy creature in the entire zoo. And this is Shazza, the dingo. She's kind of the love interest slash action driver. In the second one, she's like a crazy off-road driver and works with bush rescue. They did a really good job, I think, compared to some early video game franchises. I say early, early 2000s video game franchises, of having a handful of female characters that are not just the love interest. They actually had, she was a character, and she had she was probably more of a character than Ty in most instances, because you can only have so much character development in a early 2000s video game character. But without diving too much into that while they're still in the boxes, let's take a break. I'll crack these guys open and we'll be right back. And we're back. All right. So I've got these guys out of the box, and I love them. I'm so happy I picked these guys up. I've just been like, gawking at them since I took them out of the box. You can guys kind of see in the back, I was as careful as I have ever been opening a card back package toy. I love this franchise. I have the postcard thing that was sent with these, mounted on my wall, because I just really enjoy the franchise. I enjoy the characters. I love the games. So let's go ahead and jump into checking out these figures a little closer. They are kind of I was a little mistaken when I said that they may not be the most durable figures put out there. They're actually not that bad. They are kind of a softer, almost hard rubber plastic. So like Ty's little hair floof up at the top and his arms have a little bit of bend to them. Enough that like if I were to drop him on my desk or he fell off a shelf, I'm not too worried about him like cracking or shattering or anything like that. So great little detail. Fairly certain that these are taken basically directly from the in-game files. I know that they've got the original artist is still with Krome, as far as I understand, and still works closely with them on the remasters and new comics that they've put out and stuff like that. They put out a Doomeranger comic semi-recently, I think last year. Really dig this guy. There's only like one little spot where like the kind of paint on the like semi-mono eye that, you know, video game characters like Sonic and Ty end up getting, where their eyeballs aren't really separated and kind of go farther to the side. That's the only real thing. And then, of course, the thing that I remember people talking about when we were kids and people still talk about on Reddit and stuff I see, that Ty, it's like Ty has two mouths because he's got a little bit of a grin open here and a little bit of a grin open here. Honestly, just looks like when a dog kind of snarls off to the side a little bit. I really dig it. It's super characteristic. They've got that little bit of a molded in fang in there for his you know, chomp and snarl. The coloring is just great. The red and yellow on the shorts, the detail on the boomerangs, and of course his little bit of zinc or is it zinc? Yeah, zinc or suntan lotion on his snout. Just looks awesome. And stripes on his back, of course, because he's a thylacine Tasmanian Tiger. And then his little 3-pawed feet just look great. Really dig it. The detail on the gloves is really nice on him in particular. Yeah, I really like it. It's really nice. I'm gonna have a shelf just for these guys set up probably this weekend because I'm just really digging these. And then Sly, not a one-to-one copy of Ty. Super thankful for that. It is a different mold, different sculpt, whatever you want to call it. Different head. He's got his little like eyeliner there. His hair's, you know, spiked the opposite direction. He's in a more kind of like almost like less ready stance, a little more not lethargic, but you know, he's a little more calm. He's more confident, more cocky. Ty's over here more like, I'm ready to go. Let's get into it. Different gloves with the buckles and the little like knuckle pads on there. Same little stripe pattern on the back of his head. Spikes on his little like backs of his jaws. He's got like a one pauldron, very like Mad Max post-apocalyptic skull belt buckle. He's got his you know, skull, the Doomerang. I think this is the Doomerang skull and bones boomerang. Great little paint detail on there. Great detail on the little skull. You know, you don't have to have crazy detail on this because there's not crazy detail in the game, so it comes across really great, I think. They even got like, he has blue eyes, Ty has green. They're like faces are a slightly different shape. He's got his little like shark tooth necklace. And yeah, he's got his stripes coming through on the side there under his jacket. Big old buckle boots. Nice, like, very nice, subtle, like, bronze, dark bronze, metallic color on the straps on both the boots and the gloves. Really like that. And the belt as well. Really like that. Colored he's got his fingerless gloves. Because he's, you know, he's badass like that. Badass people wear fingerless gloves. I think that's why Shazza has them too. So, Boss Cass. Love this guy. He's in his little like sassy villain pose with his hand on his hip and his hand up. He's about to smack a frill for not killing the tigers. Very, like, it's got his eyebrow cocked a little bit. Great paint on the face. Great coloring all around. Really nailed that, like, two-tone blue and his little, like, gobbler things that come down. And his little scarf all around him. Really dig it. Good detail on the legs. His two-toed claws. And they all stand up really well. I was a little worried looking at them in the box that maybe they wouldn't stand on their own very well. Perfectly. No problems. They're not going to fall over. Not worried at all. Even, like, Shaz is the closest. And, like, just sitting on a shelf, I don't think I'm going to have any problems at all. And it's just because she's got kind of like... She's got, like, one boot up a little bit. In, like, almost like a forward-leaning position kind of thing. But yeah, obviously just like all the rest, great sculpt, nails the character. She's got her, one eye covered by her bangs, the one eye with the big winged eyeliner there, looking great. Detailed, like painting the hairband, like little things. The two-tone on her tail. She's a dingo instead of a Tasmanian tiger like some of the other main characters. Detail, like painting the belt. Fingerless gloves because she's also badass, and then little, like, I don't know, almost like Ugg boot looking things with the like ankle warmers and stuff. Like, just a great sculpt all around. This is like such a great lineup of characters. I think this is a really, really good choice for like a series one. If you're just gonna get a set of them, I think this is a solid set to get because you get kind of the main. You get two of the main characters, basically. Shazza and Ty are in all the games. Boss Cass is the main bad guy in more or less in all the games. And Sly, one of the main antagonists in the first game, kind of the aloof anti-hero villain, and then popping back into the other games as either a playable reskin for Ty or a supporting character with the rest of his family. Especially in 2, where... Ty's whole family of tigers are all, they're back, they're hanging out, and you can see Sly has his like tower. You can go buy specific boomerangs from him. Now I'm just like remembering my recent playthrough of the remaster of Ty 2, but yeah, I didn't really want to spend too much time on this video just because I know it's going to be drastically different from my normal content, even more so than like the Gundam stuff, because this is like not Toku or Power Rangers adjacent or any of that stuff, but it's something from my childhood that I, just like Power Rangers and Beetleborgs and all that jazz, I have a really strong attachment to, and I forgot about the game for a number of years, and then they did the first remaster, and it just skyrocketed me back into there. And just recently, the last few months, I have set back up my PS2, my PS3, next to my PS4 in my my entertainment room in my house. So I've been I played the parts of the original first 3 Ty games over the winter. And then I played through the remaster of 2 when it came out last summer-ish, I guess. Yeah, I've just been having a great time, and cannot wait to put these guys up on a shelf somewhere and just get to showcase them and nerd out. Might even just put them on my video game shelf where I've got the disc copies of 1, 2, and 3, because, yeah, great. But huge shout out to Krome Studios. I am so excited that they pursued the remasters of 1 and 2. I am really, really, really hopeful that they do a remaster of 3, and maybe another sequel or another game, I don't know, or like even a DLC for 3 or 1 or 2, like something like that. I don't know, something along those lines would be really fun. I think there's an audience for it. Yeah, if you haven't played the game ever before, I highly suggest picking up the remasters. They're super affordable. They're fairly quick playthroughs if you really, really sit down and gun it. And especially if you've got like a wiki or game manual or something open that you can, try to figure out how to solve puzzles faster. You could burn through that game in like a weekend. Probably you could burn through Taiwan in like a long day or a weekend if you just really, if that's all you did. But yeah, they're quick playthroughs, and then obviously like they have replayability, especially the second one, because there's just so much to unlock. They are collectathons, you know, they're early 2000s games, so it's all about getting all the collectibles. And what better way to reflect a game that is, you know, partly a huge collectathon than to establish all of these collectibles for it. So yeah, thank you, Krome Studios, for bringing these games back into my life a little bit. They are just a little silver lining, little light at the end of the tunnel whenever, you know, life kind of smacks you around a little bit. It's nice to have these little, like, nostalgia buttons that you can hit that just take you back to a simpler time. And that's what these little figurines are going to be. They're going to be sitting on my shelf next to my home office, where I can just look around and be like, you know what, it's not that bad. I could take a break and go play Ty for a couple minutes. Like, that kind of thing. But, yeah, if you guys played any of the Ty games, you know, throw down in the comments, like, who was your favorite character? What was your favorite game if you have one of these? And if you didn't play the Ty games, what was your favorite, like, PS2 era game? You know, was it Spyro? Was it, I don't know, Duke Nukem? Like, what was your favorite kind of, like, mascot-driven game? Maybe it was Gex or something like that. Something, you know, even more obscure than Ty, in a way. Yeah, I don't know. Or Sly Cooper. Sly Cooper's another big one I always forget about. But yeah, if you guys have a favorite like that, or if you've played these games and have a favorite character, throw something down in the comments. Head over to Krome Studios, give them a follow, give them likes, all that stuff. Give them, you know, subscribe to their YouTube, keep track of future releases. And they still have a handful of things available on their website for sale. I don't know if they have any of the figures left, but they have a handful of other collectibles and I think like prints and comics and stuff like that. So check that out if you're a fan. And otherwise, I will see you guys next time with whatever video content I am launching then. I have been Cam of the Big Bad Beetle Bros, and I'll see you next time.